Season 1, episode 5, and I'm here with
Episode 6.
episode 5.
Oh, okay, jeez.
I'm here with a friend of mine,
Yeah.
building an empire,
Oh,
doing
relax.
doing big things. OJ, how you doing?
I've been doing very, very well. Very, very good. Whatever you want to call it. Excellent, super.
You busy?
I like to say I'm keeping busy. Yeah, like I have a lot on my plate at the moment. But
Do you wanna just tell the people real quickly what you do?
so basically, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a DJ. I'm a director. I'm a designer. Like I have a lot of things, but
Your main hustles.
my main hustle will be talking to people and selling stuff to people pretty much, but not selling bad stuff, selling good stuff. Obviously, like selling clothes, and
Okay.
then selling like tickets to events and stuff like that.
He's no drug dealer.
Yeah,
Right. So would that be the first thing you tell someone? Like, you know, if I were to meet you for the first time and I was like, "Yo, OJ, what do you do?" You know what I mean? Your random conversation with the person on the airplane, and they're like, "Oh, hey, my name is this, that, and the other. What do you do?" What, you know?
yeah,
You'd
like
say you sell something. You sell stuff.
yeah, like I wouldn't like to bring myself down to just one title. Do you get me?
Okay,
Even
yeah.
though I literally just said I just sell stuff,
Okay.
but like I feel like I do quite a lot, but
Right.
I also like could do so much more as well.
Right.
And yeah, back to the question of if I seen somebody on the street, what would I tell them? What I'd say to them is like, I guess I'm an entrepreneur, like, because entrepreneur has a lot of subsections to itself already, like, so.
Okay. Right. So we're gonna talk about your biggest thing first. So 1+1 clothing.
Yeah,
How's that going? Segment 2 launch party soon. You
Yeah.
excited?
it's coming very soon. Tickets are out right now. €5 early bird tickets. Cop them while you can. I'm telling you, it's looking like it's gonna be a good show. I don't want to talk too much and try to jinx anything, but it looks like it's gonna be a good show. Well, yeah, I'm very excited. When I started off, like I remember, like you could ask any of the people. Like I remember contacting like the likes of Denny, Timmy, Debbie. She's a really good friend of mine. Like in January, being like, "Yo, this is the vision that I have.
For the party?
Yeah, for my party.
Okay.
This is what I want to do." And then they're like, I remember specifically Timmy messaging me on Instagram, be like, "Yo, that's dope. Let's work." I was like, "Bro, I'm on it." Then he was like, "Yo, let's do it." Then I told Yudi as well. He's a friend of mine. You guys probably all know him. Living on low. Yeah. Oh my God, it's gonna be independent. Like the 4th of July. I'm not a rapper, by the way, but yeah. So then, anyways,
That's one thing he doesn't do. 'Cause, yeah, OJ can't rap. OJ
yeah, I
can't freestyle.
I can't rap nothing, man. But then, yeah, I remember contacting them like January. Like this thing took time, man, because I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but I like to make sure everybody's on the same page before I finalize something.
Yeah, of course.
So then, yeah, they're all like down for it. So I was like, "Yo, this is so dope." Like I wasn't expecting them to be like, "Let's do it." You get me? Like I was expecting them to be like,
You didn't expect the enthusiasm. Like.
yeah, because like I told them like my whole concept behind this, and I also messaged the people who I want to showcase the brands to.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was kind of like they were on the same page as well. They're like, "Yeah, I'd love to do this." I feel like the reason why they said they'd love to do this because like they were getting something in return as well. Like,
Of course, yeah.
people were seeing their art, what they've been doing over the last few months or so. So like it kind of was like a win-win for both people, like for myself and for them too.
So just for those who don't know, the structure of this is, firstly, it's on April the 10th, and it
Yeah.
starts around 4 o'clock, is it?
Yeah, Wednesday.
And 4 to 6 is like a pop-up shop, and it's going to be basically like a load of small brands. And OJ's the aim was to, like, you know, it's a come up together kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of what you call it, promotion for those brands that are there at the
Yeah.
party,
Yeah.
for all the guests that do show up
Yeah.
and buy their stuff and so on.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there's going to be, how many acts do you have? It's a
Um,
pretty packed
It's
timetable.
actually, yeah, it's looking mad because, you know, at first I was not, like, as I said before, I was not expecting the reaction, but then like as people became bigger, and then like more people started listening to actual Irish music,
Mm-hmm.
more people started messaging me, because I remember putting up a tweet on Twitter being like, "Yo, I'm looking to do a show
Right.
for Irish acts. Who would want to be put on?" And then I think I remember I showed Neil And I was like, yo, I don't know if this is gonna get any reactions or anything like that. And it was so weird because like people were messaging me on Twitter. Like then they went on to find my Instagram, my personal Instagram. Me, I'm not like a person that like does much in terms of like putting myself out there. Like people would know who I am, but I wouldn't put myself out there like how some people like social
My name
media
is OJ,
influencers.
and I'm the owner of
Yeah,
Oneplusone
basically.
Clothes.
Like I like to keep to myself.
Okay.
I like to keep preserved. Like I wouldn't say I'm not shy at all. Like I'm a very outgoing person, but it's just kind of like if I don't know you like that, I'm not gonna go off and tell you this is what I do. Like if I know you, then like I'm just gonna be weird around you and be dumb as hell, like shit like that.
So let's talk about the brand and the clothes itself. Like when did you get into clothes firstly, and then when did you start Oneplusone?
So basically, it's always like clothes has always been something like I've always admired. Like I went to a boarding school, obviously, so it's kind of like I remember.
You were really restricted on what you could wear.
Yeah. Like it kind of all started because like whenever we had normal clothes day, like
you called it normal clothes day.
Yeah,
oh.
Because we had uniform like
so like a non-uniform.
Yeah,
day.
sorry, non-uniform. Non-uniform day, not normal clothes day. So like whenever I have non-uniform day, like I don't want to slag people in my old school because that's just petty behavior. But like I'd always wear like jeans and then like black at the time when superstars were big, like 2015. I wear like superstars.
Okay.
And then like a black bomber jacket as well. And then people be like, "Oh, you're so overdressed," because like they'll wear like Canterbury tracksuit bottoms, hideous red Nike shoes, and like a purple jumper.
Rugby school culture.
Literally, yeah. You know what I'm saying, man. And then I'll be like, "Yo, I'm not really overdressed. Like I'm wearing a black tee, blue jeans, and black jeans, like or black shoes. How's that overdressed?" So then like it was kind of like looked upon because like whenever it was non-uniform day, people would always dress a certain way, but then I'll dress different. Like I remember one day I was wearing Chelsea boots with black jeans and then like a jacket, and then people were like, "Yo." So like it's always been something of mine to like dress relatively different to everybody else.
Okay.
Because I've always stood out as a kid. Like I've always been that big black guy just there.
Give us numbers. How tall are you? Right
now I'm 188 centimeters, so I'm 6'2". I'm currently weighing in at 114 kg as well. So it's not as if I'm a small guy at all, you know. Yeah. Like I play rugby as well. I play rugby at Old Wesley, so yeah. But like at the moment, it's kind of like difficult because kind of took a break from playing rugby to focus on what I'm doing right now.
Injuries and things as well.
Yeah, and the focus on like my hustle as well, because it's kind of like I played rugby for like 8 years, and like I was only making like Leinster 19s and Leinster 20s, like, and I wasn't getting any contracts with Ireland or anything like that. So it just kind of, and it's not as if I was getting any younger. Yeah. So it kind of like lost the motivation. Whereas like the urban scene in Ireland was then like kind of kicking off. Right. And I already had something in. So I was kind of like, okay, let me switch my focus over to here for a bit and see what I could do or how I could benefit from this or how I could like even contribute to this. Okay. So yeah, then. And obviously back to the question. So fashion, it's always been something up there. My mom's always been so extra. Like she's always used to get like the latest collections of everything, handbags, purses, iPhones, whatever you call it, like anything entitled to do with fashion. Okay. So then like my love for fashion started off when we had this module called Enterprise and Fortune. Okay. So what we did was we had to sell something. So I remember I was in a group with 3 of my close friends at the time. And then it was pretty much like we had to come up with a business plan, market plan, and then sell stuff. Okay. So let me just say that didn't go too well at all. And
what were you selling?
You see, our plan is because our school plays rugby. Okay. I wanted to sell like the vuvuzelas, you know, the big horns. Yeah. In the 2010 South African World Cup. Yeah. And I wanted to sell gloves because it was cold. Because like we played rugby, we had cup games around like November, December, January. Okay. So I wanted to sell that, and then the other 3 lads, they're like, "Oh, yo, like you know the senior players better than we do," because I was on the senior panel in Fortune. So then it was kind of like I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind selling to them, but you see, the things that I don't want to be the only person doing it. Do you get me? Yeah, yeah. So it kind of like I was like to them, if that's the case, then I'm gonna dip. So then they're like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen. You're close friends with us." I was like, all right. Watch me. Like they're like, "Oh, you're hardly gonna leave." Like, haha, yeah, right. Like you're a close friend. You get me? Like, cause like when you're close to somebody, like there's some stuff that you say you do, but then they'll feel like you won't do because you're their close friend. You get me? Yeah. So I was just like, listen, if you guys are not gonna like contribute, like even financially, they didn't really contribute too much.
Okay.
and like I was writing up the business plan and everything. So then I was like, I gave it like 2 weeks. And I was like, yo, like, you guys haven't made any progress at all. Like, you haven't even contacted suppliers.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So then I just told them I'm going to leave and I'm going to go solo.
Okay.
And then they didn't believe me until I went up to the teacher. Like, it's such childish behavior. Like, I had to go up to the teacher, tell him, oh, I'm leaving. And they were like, no. And the teacher was like, oh, this and that. And I just left.
Okay.
Then I went on to do my own thing. Like, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm just going to, I just did my own thing. And I started selling really well, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what you mean, as in your own thing, as in like you started Oneplusone in school?
No, I started like selling dip dye t-shirts. I did a FIFA tournament at school, charged people €2.
Oh, you did all of that?
Yeah.
And on your own, like, not with school permission?
Yeah,
or
because,
anything? Okay.
Yeah.
And then...
It was so much better, trust me. Doing stuff by yourself is a lot better, but it depends what you're doing.
Okay. And so Oneplusone itself came about after school?
Yeah, it did. I tried to start in school. I
Okay.
remember vividly.
Okay.
So I had this guy in my dorm. I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
And I remember coming up with the idea. And I was like, yo, do you like this idea? He was like, just stick to what you're doing. Like, stay in school and like work
Study.
afterwards. Yeah. So then
Yeah.
so that demotivated me. So I was just like, oh, I'll come back. And
So
I'll
that's
try
why
again.
you waited?
Yeah.
You let him bring you down?
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately.
Scum.
Yeah. Then obviously, like, fast forward a little bit later, leaving cert finished, worked in between retail jobs for like 6 months.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I'm not getting any younger. I need to start. So like in 2017, when I was just turning 18. Yeah, I was just like, yo, I need to do something because my brother could design and my brother could code websites.
Okay.
And I could roughly design,
Okay.
but like I couldn't really do too much. My brother like.
But you did the selling.
Yeah,
You did the
pretty
business
much,
part of
yeah.
it. Okay.
So then I was like, I was like to my brother and my mom, let's just start a business. Like this is like mid 2017.
So it's a heavily family involved business.
Oh yeah, it is. It's heavily family involved. I don't have any friends involved. The only friends that are involved are people who I call family. Do you get me? Like
Yeah.
So
Okay.
those would be the only people that are involved. So then like mid 2017, I was gonna like originally start up as like an accessory business, which I'm
Okay.
so happy I didn't. I'm very very happy I didn't because it would have been
As in,
so,
like, back then, so what would have been, like, caps and stuff?
yeah, and then like not only caps, but like beanies, then
Yeah.
like socks and towels. It was so weird.
Towel.
Man. Yeah, it was so weird. Like I couldn't imagine how my business would have been now if
Yeah.
I sold those stuff.
Okay.
Like I'm so happy I didn't because like my mom kind of brought me to my senses. She was like, "What are you doing?" Like she was like, "Go into a broader range." So then I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go for gym stuff." And
Okay.
my mom slapped senses into me. She was like, "No, you should do urban street wear." That was like, "Yeah, true." And then we just kind of started from there. And then I was like, straight away, I was like, I want to be unisex. I don't want it to be male. I don't want it to be female. I want it to be unisex.
Yeah.
I want to feel like
And that's because financially, like, sales-wise, or just did you have another reason behind that?
well, financially was one of them, but also because like if like when you start male, if I feel like it's so much harder to then go into female, or when you start female, it's so much harder to then go into male. That's me personally. Like some
Okay.
people will disagree,
Yeah.
and or some people might agree. But like I was like kind of like, yo, if I do something, I want to be unisex. I want to be for both genders. Then fast forward, like obviously you have the suppliers, you have the investment, you have the finances and all that like go in behind the work of the business. Like I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that. Like if you want to know, just like literally call me or whatever on Instagram, and I could actually talk to you about that. So
Okay.
if we fast forward a little bit, so then 2018 was like my first full year at the business.
Okay.
So prior to 2018, it was kind of like in 2017, I was just doing shoots with friends and everything. And like it was,
Yeah, you've had a lot of models work with you.
yeah.
How's that been? Like, has it been a learning curve, I suppose, working
Yeah.
with so many egos and so
Yeah.
many personalities?
Yeah, it's been a crazy learning curve. Because like you meet some people like who you literally only know for like a day, but
Okay.
you feel like you've known them for a lifetime.
Okay.
Or you'd meet them again, and then like it's just like you vibe straight away. Like
Right.
I can name a lot of people off the top of my head that like I've only known for like 2 years
Right.
that I'm closer friends with than somebody I would have known going to boarding school with or something like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like you do meet a lot of different egos. Like you meet a lot of
Any odd characters that you've realized that, like, you know, I need to watch out for these kind of people.
Yeah, my friend Trey Wavy. That guy, man, that guy's funny.
So Trey actually suggested in his episode, if anyone listening to this one is listening, had heard that one, that he said OJ was the person he wanted on. So There we go. We made it happen, you know?
But like, yeah, back to the question about clashing egos. Yeah, like you meet some really nice people. You meet some people who you think are nice and are not so nice. Then you meet some photographers who are cool people, but you don't like their work
Okay.
simply because of the way how they might do something. It's all about, like, I think in business, this type of business, it's all about preference. It
Right.
really is, like, because like obviously somebody might think something is good, but then you might personally be like, I don't like it. Like, to get me, like,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're wrong, and that doesn't mean they're right. It's just like, I feel like in business, there's no like kind of like solid answer. It's kind of like where your mind takes you to.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So the clothes themselves, what has been your like best selling piece so far?
My best selling piece of this day is most definitely, I remember dropping it and I had Yudi to model in it and Audrey as well. Was definitely this sand sweatshirt with burgundy writing font.
Okay.
Yeah, it was center font, 17 centimeters. Carla Bold font. I remember exactly. Like, I don't know if I should be giving this much detail, but I just like, I don't know. It was just kind of like something I'd seen. I was like, yo, like I want to try and replicate this because I loved the color sand. I was like, that's such a nice color,
And it
it's
worked
very,
well together with like the color
with the
scheme.
burgundy, yeah. And I was like, I was thinking to put white, but I was like, white doesn't work well, and black was too dark, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like it almost like met in between the middle.
Yeah, I get you.
And I just kind of like designed it on my computer with my brother, and then we just started getting samples. And then once we got the samples, obviously like you have to go through rounds of samples, and then once you're happy with the material, then you'll start shooting. And then once you start shooting, if you get a good feedback, you could then sell it. If you don't get good feedback, you can still sell it, but you won't sell as much.
Right.
So you get me, yeah. So,
And then the bum bags were real popular as well.
oh yeah, sorry. In 2017, that was the most selling piece, the
Okay.
sweatshirt. Like, but like I didn't start selling that until like November 2017. So like, if you want to count that, you can, because I only sold it for a month. But
Okay.
yeah, in 2018, the fanny packs were really, really popular. I don't know why, but like I remember talking to one of my friends, and I asked him, why do you think the fanny pack was popular? Because he bought 3. Like,
He bought 3.
yeah, but he bought one for his girlfriend.
Okay.
And then he had one, but he couldn't find that.
Right.
And he bought another one.
Right.
So I remember talking to one of my friends, being like, why do you think they're so popular? Like, why did you buy 3? He was like, because I went to Total Vintage before. This is exactly what he said. He said, I went to Total Vintage before, and the one in Total Vintage was €20 or something, but like it was real flimsy plastic with just one zip, and it was tiny. And I was like, for what I was paying for Total Vintage in comparison to what I was paying for what you were selling was so
Yeah.
much better. Because like my fanny pack is like, that's like a 4-pocket department. So you have like the main zip, then you have the one at the back, then you have like a
The little one at
smaller
the
one
front.
at the front, and
Yeah.
then 2 side pockets.
Okay.
Like it was pretty cool because like you could keep your phone in the main pocket, then you keep like cards at the back, and then you keep like your wallet or whatever. Like,
And that dropped what, like summertime?
what happened was we had Emporium. I remember Robbie. Shout out to Robbie for this. We had Emporium in March 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I remember getting the samples done in February for that, for the fanny packs. Me and my brother did that.
Okay.
We got the samples done in February, but financially I didn't have the money at the time, so I kind of had to wait until I got money to afford samples. So then I didn't end up buying the samples to March. But I remember before leaving to Emporium,
Yeah.
they literally just arrived at my door the day before, because Emporium was on a Saturday.
And they came on the Friday.
Yeah, they came on the Friday. Like,
Okay.
I was really, really lucky because I had to obviously wait till I got paid and stuff like that to
Yeah,
then
yeah.
buy samples, because stuff isn't free. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I bought the samples, and then they came on the Friday before the event. And
Right.
like, we didn't even have time to say if we liked them or not. We're just like, yo, we're bringing it. Like, I don't care. We're
We
bringing
don't
it.
have a choice. At
Yeah,
this
we don't have a
stage, yeah.
choice. And it's the exact same. The tracksuits as well. They literally came like, I think it was either the Friday or the Thursday, because I remember the Emporium was on a Saturday. I won't forget.
Okay.
Yeah, and the tracksuits came either on a Thursday or a Friday. And like we didn't have any time as well. Like, we're gonna bring these, and we're just gonna see what like people say. I remember.
So initially you hadn't planned to bring them.
Yeah, it
And-
was kind of like
So what was your plan to? What were you gonna bring before those two things came?
I stocked up on all the popular sweatshirts.
Okay.
Like, sorry, not sweatshirt. The sweatshirts, popular sweatshirt, the sand one with the burgundy writing.
Okay.
So I stocked up on that, small, medium, and large. And then I was gonna sell those, and I was also gonna sell the hoodies that I had before from winter.
Okay.
But then, luckily enough, like I cut down the number of stuff in terms of sweatshirts and hoodies that I had, because luckily enough, I had the samples of the fanny packs and the tracksuits coming.
Right.
And I'll never forget, like, my boys came through, like David and Yudi and Jerry as well. He came through, and Nathan Scarlett. Shout out to Nathan Scarlett, man. He bought 2 pieces on the day as well. I never forget. He bought one for his mom and he bought one for himself.
Okay.
So that was dope. And yeah, I remember we had the black tracksuit, we had the white tracksuit, and we had the red one, and I put them up. I don't know anybody that's listening to this, following me. You'll probably remember the tracksuits around this time last year that we had them, and the people were in love with the reaction. People were in love with the piece, so I got a good reaction.
Yeah.
But like me personally, I felt like it was such a rushed piece.
Okay.
So like I kind of like I only did like one round of like selling it, because like
which was Emporium.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. Where like if something is good and it sells out, I'll restock it. So like that's what I mean by one round. So I only did that once. So like whatever I sold for the tracksuits. So that was like like it was calm. I didn't really like the material, but like people still liked it regardless. Like, so I was kind of shook. So then they bought that. The tracksuits were €30, just the bottoms, and then the hoodies were 30 as well. So it was like €60 for a full set, which is calm, I guess. Like, it's not ridiculously expensive.
No, it's not.
And then the fanny packs were €20. Nobody bought the fanny packs at the time.
No.
Yeah, at the time.
But they like, from what I can think back to that time, like that would have been the ideal time because
to buy the fanny pack.
Yeah, because summer.
It was even sunny that day as well.
Summer 2018 was when they were like,
big,
boom bag. Everybody was wearing them, and now it's kind of being faded out now.
Yeah.
But like, if you'd bought it back then in March, you would have been kind of ahead of your, or I don't know, whoever else.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I would have brought it out the time before. It was a little bit like it got to the stage where like it was at peak trending stage. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But like I don't know. Nobody just bought it at the time.
Right.
Yeah. So, but then like obviously after the Emporium, like I started doing shoots with it. I did a studio shoot. That cost me like I remember I did it for like 4 hours. That cost me like 150, €200, man.
For
like,
the studio.
Yeah, that was just like thing was empty in my pocket when I was dropping the fanny packs. But it was worth it. Like I did 2 studio shoots. Then I got my guys Marcus and Donald Johnson to come down. Marcus did a sick video for me, man.
Okay.
And Jack as well and Fionn. They like we literally was just like a group of creatives that I know, and they just started shooting and recording for me. And then I started selling the fanny packs around April time, and like they sold out in the first 2 days. And I restocked them like between April and May, stocked them at least 4 times. And like I had over 30 units of each fanny pack.
Yeah.
Per running order, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So before they sold out, there was 30 pieces of the fanny packs, and then they sold out. I think the reason why they sold out was because festival season was coming. It was crazy. Like I have a list of all
timing,
the people.
pricing, everything was right.
Yeah, like that.
And like a black bum bag, like
you can't go wrong.
Works with everything, you know what I mean?
It does, yeah.
So going back, like just real quickly to the topic of models and stuff like that, do you ever consider having like a face for Oneplusone, or do you want to do you enjoy that process a lot of meeting people and working with different people?
I wouldn't have a face.
You wouldn't
have faces. Yeah, I'd have faces, but I have 5 faces.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why 5, but I have 5.
A variety though, not just one person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally.
And a mixture of boys and girls, I'm presuming.
And a mixture of skin tones as well.
Okay.
I think that's very important too. Yeah, like I wouldn't have just a face, because like then you could have like a lot of backlash with people saying, "Oh, you only have her because she has nice blonde hair and blue eyes," or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. So where's your do you work on blanks, or do you get your stuff manufactured?
When we started, we got our stuff manufactured, but now everything is handmade. We have a sound kit at home and we hand make everything.
Okay.
Like it's such a long process, but it's so worth it. That's why it takes me longer to get stuff out, because it's handmade by myself and my brother.
Okay.
So it's kind of like.
And you have to learn how to use a sewing machine, I'm presuming.
Man, I'm sweating every day using it, bro. I'm sweating every day.
But like OJ still has all 5 fingers on each hand, so it's good.
But like it's cool though. It's cool, like, because it's another craft that you've learned. So you know.
Always comes in handy, even just to fix your own stuff, like.
Exactly.
So you were talking about finances and studios being expensive, and you were mentioning your pricing strategy. Like, don't mention numbers, obviously, but I don't get anybody to mention numbers. But this is just more of my way of like you know, for anyone listening, for the inspirational aspect of this,
Yeah, of
like
course.
everything has worked out.
Yeah.
Everything has
has
worked out.
Yeah. Like I'm not a minus right now, so it's fine.
That's all that
Yeah.
matters. Exactly.
And I'm laughing as well, so
All right.
but don't get it twisted, I'm still broke.
Okay. Have you ever come across somebody in 1+1 gear like that you haven't known, and they're just in one of your clothes, and you're like,
Yeah, two times. It's so weird. The first time was when I was in Blanche Shopping Centre. I was staying with my aunt, and like, man, I was actually fanboying. Like, it was so weird because I seen a girl. She was wearing the pink Legacy hoodie,
okay,
and like, I fully wanted to go up to her and be like, "Yo," but then I was like, "No."
That's not right.
Yeah, let me just stay calm. Because bear in mind, the pink Legacy hoodie, for all you OG people that remember, yeah, is that those are one of the first pieces that I dropped.
okay,
So like, for somebody to wear that as one of your first pieces, you're kind of blown away.
yeah,
And then another time was at Longitude as well. Like, but like, I didn't see one person. I saw like quite a lot of people wear. Like, I remember seeing Yudi. Like, Yudi rinsed that thing, man, around this time period to like
the bum
literally
bag.
until literally September. Like, if you go onto his Instagram and see some of his posts, like, I'd say 90% of it had the fanny pack in it. I don't know if those posts are still there. And as well, his friend Obi too, and David too, and even Sophie. Like, these are like literally all UCD heads. Well, yeah, like a lot of them bought the fanny pack. It was so weird, like, because these are my friends as well. So it's kind of like weird seeing your friends wear stuff too.
Yeah,
Like, you get really, really inspired as well, especially for them to like wear it out to like a festival like Longitude and to take a photo with it and to
for
put it
them
up on
to
Instagram.
rate it. Yeah, I get
And
you.
as well, I remember another friend of mine, Sadia, she brought hers to Wireless.
Right.
And then it was so weird. When she brought hers to Wireless, literally 2 days before, somebody had ordered from UK and tagged us in a fall in Wireless.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, yo, like, what the hell?
Going international, baby.
Yeah. And then another person had it at Ziga too. So like, it was kind of crazy. Ziga Festival. Where's that?
Yeah,
Is that
Hungary?
Yeah,
I think it's Hungary.
possibly. I was gonna say Croatia, but
They're all the
Easy,
same.
Havana.
They're all the same.
Yeah, true.
They're all the same.
yeah, somebody wore it at Hungary or Ziga Festival and they tagged us in it in their feature tags. I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't even remember sending this out.
Okay.
Like, because there was a period where I was just literally in my room, like, blinds folded, just packaging orders. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds depressing, but looking back at it now, it was so good because, like, to see people then wear it, post it, and then bring it to festivals, use it as like, it's just something
For
like,
what it is,
yeah.
and as a stylish piece. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like, yo, like, what the hell? Like, what did I do to deserve this? Do you get me? Like,
Yeah,
to be honest, like,
I get you. Where did the idea for it come about? Like, the concept of simplicity and how you've implemented it in. Like, where did you first see something and you were like, that this is what I want to focus on?
so basically, the idea of 1+1 came behind me and my brother. We've always been working together from young. Like, my
Okay.
brother's
Is he old? He's younger than you?
yeah, he's
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Yeah, he's turning 16 in April. Jesus, I
Okay.
don't want him to complain at me. Yeah, so me and my brother have always been working with each other from young. Like, we had YouTube channels before, like gaming channels. He used to do Minecraft and I used to do FIFA.
Okay.
At the time, like, it was so corny. But like, now I look back and I'm like, yo, I
Hey
did
guys,
something like
OJ.
our YouTube channel. Actually, I don't care. I'm gonna bait myself out. Like, our YouTube channel was Jojo HD Gamer 131. The reason why I was 131 is because remember 2013 when they started doing all them crappy stuff with all them license plates on cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna put 131. Maybe in the new year we'll put 132 or something. And
Okay.
then the reason why it was JoJo is because my name is OJ and his
Yeah.
name is Jesse.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of put whatever sounded nice
Yeah,
together.
I get you.
Yeah. So if you guys want to laugh at me, go ahead, go onto YouTube, search up JoJo HD Gamer 131, and you'll see YouTube.
This
videos
is
there.
before OJ's voice had cracked us.
My brother's voice, like, if you know my brother, like, he's getting tall now. He's almost taller than me. He might be hitting 6 foot. I don't know yet, but yeah, his voice was so squeaky, like, it's weird. Yeah, and then so then yeah, it was kind of like me and my brother were working together. Then like I was just like, yo, like 1+1, like that's two. There's two of us. Like, it sounds so dumb, like, but it's so simple at the same time because like it was literally just me and my brother for the start.
So there's a double meaning to 1+1, as in like you and your brother, but also 1+1 because like 1+1.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the name came from who I was working with.
Okay.
So like there was two of us, and then we're just like that's what we want to label our brand,
Right.
because we want to reflect it on who's part of it and like who started from the beginning and stuff.
Okay.
And where I got inspiration was kind of like
So you left your mum out, basically.
more or less, but like she's there, she does the accounts and all that stuff because she doesn't trust me.
Okay.
Well, like I don't really care because I own the business at the end of the day. And yeah, so it came from one plus one. It came from me and my brother. So literally 1+1, me being one, my brother being the other one, and then equals 2. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, 1+1 equals 2, and I just give them a fake laugh. I'm like, ah.
Okay.
And then yeah, so the inspiration then came from like literally what I used to see on TV. Like I'd always be like, I'd want to wear clothes, but I want to design them by myself.
Okay.
Then I remember like I designed my first piece. I wore it to Academy, and my friend put it up on Instagram. And then I was like, oh, don't put this up, because I didn't want people to know that like I was
You're
starting
working
a
on
clothing
something.
brand. Yeah. But then he put it up, and then like people were like, oh, who's that guy wearing that pink jumper? Like, probably because I was handsome, but yeah, they're like, who's that guy wearing the pink jumper?
Okay.
And then my friend sent me a screenshot. She was like, then the girl was like, oh, it's actually a really nice jumper, like, cause it was a baby pink color.
Yeah.
Then I was kind of triggered. I was like, yo, this is actually like, this could be like a starting point. So then like I was like, then I kind of like started asking more friends, oh, if I designed this, would you wear it like personally? Like, and some people said no.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of heartbreaking. Like, but I didn't cry, but like it was still heartbreaking.
Yeah. Okay.
And other people said yeah. So I was like, oh, that's dope. So, but I listened to the people who said no, and I was like, then I asked them what was
Why?
the problem. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's easier to listen to people who says yes than it is to listen to people
But
who
you
say
need
no.
constructive criticism, like.
So then they just like,
And what was the reason? Why did they say no? Like.
because like the reason they said like the font was too high up. Like I remember the font was like almost touching the neck, and like it was too small, stuff like that. Then literally like we just kind of readjusted it because like
So that's why you centralized it, basically.
yeah.
Okay.
So then another reason why it's so simple is because like at the time when like I got into this industry, if you want to call it that, it was kind of like there wasn't many people that were doing it. Like
Okay.
the only people that I remember, the OGs that were doing it, was Diamond Peas and Culture Club.
Okay.
This is like 2017,
Okay.
and like it only really became like this is where like people started coming out of their shells, like maybe like mid 2018,
Right.
possibly correct me if I'm mistaken.
No. It seems about right.
Yeah, and then I was kind of like, yo, I want this to be simple as possible, and I just want people to know, like, get to know the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I feel like I have a market, then I'll kind of like mess around with different graphics and different designs.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing right now. Like we haven't done much this year in terms of selling clothes. Like we had a segment 1, which dropped from December until January. Then I kind of like cut that off. I was like, stop, let's just stop selling that. Then like since like end of January, I've been working on like I wouldn't say
Segment
like segment 2. I wouldn't say like working on it consistently, but like it's something that I've been like getting done and like trying to.
Some
push
of your
out.
day would be spent on that, basically.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
And segment 2, is that your only drop now till the end of the year, or are you gonna have another one for maybe like autumn, winter kind of?
Let's just say I have a lot in the vault right now, but it's just kind of like.
But you're not sure.
It's just kind of like, when should I do this?
Okay.
That's more the question. I don't care about like who likes it or not. It's just kind of like I want to do it. Like
You want to do it at the right
yeah.
time.
I want to do it because I feel like you just have to get things done nowadays. Like you just have to get out there and just do it. Like because literally like Nike's slogan, man, just do it. Don't care what people say, just do it. Like because like there's so many people who have talent in
Okay.
this place, but like they're hiding their talent. I'm just like, yo, like what are you doing? Just do it. Like it doesn't matter if you make a mistake.
OJ's quoting memes from Twitter.
Nah, like on a real though, like if you have something, just try get a way to get it out there.
Yeah.
And don't be scared. Like obviously, like you're not like I wouldn't say hate, but you're gonna get stick at first. But like if you just keep doing you, and then like don't take the stick too personal.
Yeah.
But like listen to what they're saying, then like you'll overcome that phase, and then you'll start meeting you'll see greener pastures. Basically, you'll start meeting people like who are like you or who like what you do. Like obviously, like from doing this, I've met like a lot of people. Like obviously Neil as well, and his Urban Hour. Like I guess if like I wouldn't be here if I wasn't doing Oneplusone. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and obviously like I got some hate for doing it as well from people in secondary school.
Yeah, of course.
But like, man, I don't even talk to them anymore. Like, I don't even know half of them who they are. Like, no, I'm not joking. But sorry, I'm joking. But still, like, I don't talk to them because it's kind of like they're not influencing what I'm doing or they're not benefiting.
Exactly.
So like, what's their purpose? Do you get me? Like,
Yeah. I tend to have an advice segment, but I think you've kind of, along with your answers, you've given a lot of inspirational shit anyway. So I'm gonna leave out having like a separate advice segment for you because you've given a lot. Now let's talk outside of Oneplusone. What brands in Ireland do you rate, and then what brands in general do you rate?
Obviously, I rate Oneplusone. The owner, that's dope as hell, man. Nah, I'm
So-
joking. Outside Ireland.
No, in Ireland and then outside Ireland
Okay,
as well.
in Ireland, who I rate a lot are the Diamond Piece people. I rate them a lot, man. Their workload is crazy. Those would be one of the people who I rate. And then as well, Culture Club too. I just like the aspect of Culture Club, like, because it's a cultural thing and
Okay.
there's a community behind it. So
Okay.
it's got like that's dope. System garments as well.
Mm-hmm.
I rate that too. Like I know Jesse personally, so I rate what he's doing. Because
Right.
I remember he did mention to me that he was. This is like 2017, I think.
Yeah.
He was gonna do something with Brian DaCosta.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're doing it together or something. And then like I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's calm. Like I didn't really like. Obviously, I didn't really like say too much motivation for him because I remember he messaged me about it on Facebook before. Like this is when I used to use Facebook. I don't use it as much anymore because my mom uses it now, so I had to dodge that. So yeah, Jesse told me he was gonna start doing his own thing. So I rate that he stuck with his word and did it.
Okay.
And who else is there? Then I have a friend as well who recently started stuff. It's called Looks Exclusive,
Okay.
and Soon on Top too. I rate those two. Like those would be the brands I rate in
Okay.
Ireland, anyways. That
And
I
then-
know personally.
Okay. And then outside, like just general big brands out there.
Like, are you talking about clothes or are you just talking about
Yeah,
fashion?
clothing brands, fashion brands. Yeah.
I rate Stussy a lot.
You rate
I rate
Stussy a lot.
Stussy, yeah, and Champion
That
too.
like that. I would have expected that as an answer, Champion and Stussy, because
Yeah,
it's a lot like what you do.
yeah, there'll be like that streetwear vibe. Like me, I'm not heavy based on all that Louis Vuitton and like Gucci and all that. Like
Nothing too fancy. Keep it
Yeah,
simple,
like,
basically.
literally, I rate the underdogs as well. Like, man, I admire Places Plus Faces. It's crazy. Like, I really, really do. Honestly, I put them to my top 5. Places
Swear?
Plus Faces, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love the whole concept because the name is literally what they do. You put a place, you set out a place and you put a face to the merch. And
Right.
you'd be like, the place is London, United Kingdom. The face is Playboy Cardi. Like, you'd understand what I'm saying if you go onto the Instagram
Okay.
and see it. Like,
Yeah.
so I rate that a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm. And then if you had, like, what's your opinion on the scene now? Like, in terms of people, like you said, 2018-ish was when
Yeah.
people started stepping out of their comfort zone, coming out of their shells or whatever. What do you think of it now? How has it developed over the last year?
I think the scene is hot. Like, in general, I think the scene is
It's
very,
hot.
very hot. Like, yeah, it is. Like, not only clothes, but like the actual Irish urban scene. Like, I remember Bounce Joe, my friend again. He runs Slight Motif. He put up a tweet being like, saying, "I find it so like I'm so happy the way how we could actually listen to Irish music and not feel like it's forced." Like
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm summarizing this tweet,
Mhm.
but that's what he said more or less. And like I was like, that's actually so true.
Yeah.
Because like I actually listen to Irish artists now, and I'm like, yo, I actually like
Like,
this
I know
track.
these people
Yeah,
and they're
and I
doing
like-
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like Denny and Timmy, like Peculiar Flex, man. I'm waiting on that visual still. Like I'm waiting on it, man. When that song came out, I was like, yo, I slept on it a little bit, but like the beat was hard. But then I listened to it again. Like I haven't rinsed the song yet, thankfully, because I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting till the day they perform it live.
To lose your shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, then I listened to that. I was like, yo, man, I can't believe like these are people that I know. Like, do you
Yeah.
get me? Because like it's so weird. Because like growing up, like I used to just listen to like Lil Wayne, Eminem, Beyonce, Jay-Z. Who else is there? No, I didn't listen to Katy Perry and any of that crap. No. Yeah,
I think
like,
we all had a Katy Perry phase, man. I rate Katy Perry. Don't hate.
yeah, I suppose. Now Lil Wayne was my biggest. He was like my like most loved artist during like that 2006-2009 period where he was just
Yeah.
like unstoppable.
Okay.
Like he had the Carter 3, he had the Carter 4, and he was dropping like a milli, 6 foot, 7 foot, man. He was dropping bangers upon bangers upon all my days. And T-Pain as well. Nah, that era was crazy, fam. That era was crazy, stupid. Black Eyed Peas too. Nah, all my days. Yeah.
OJ's losing it a little bit. Just
And then,
thinking
sorry,
about
yeah, back to the question about the urban scene. So I think the urban scene right now in Ireland's it's on the come up definitely.
that. Okay.
It's not where London is in terms of like
No.
it's nowhere near that at all. Yeah,
No.
like London, like if you look at London, it's crazy. Like you look at London, it's
But
such
we
a
have
big
time.
place.
We're still fresh. We're
yeah,
still young.
yeah, we are. Like you look at London, it's such a big place, and like it's not as if like I feel like there's no competition in London. Whereas like in Ireland, I feel like there's some people. Sorry, why am I comparing Ireland to London? Let me say Dublin to London.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like in Dublin there's some people who will still do their own thing, but like in like low key they're like, oh, I want to be better than this person.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like me, I'm just like, yo, bro, do your own thing, like push it, keep doing you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not competing
Okay.
with you because I know my own lane,
Yeah.
and you should know your own lane too.
Yeah.
And we should both stay in those lanes. Like, you can't be like,
Yeah.
So like I feel like competition kills everything.
Okay.
It's just like the only competitor should be yourself
Right.
and your ego. Like,
I rate that.
yeah.
I rate that heavily. You mentioned Slight Motif there, and you've been working with them a little bit recently, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. It's so crazy because I met Joe. Man, it's so weird. I met Joe with Toby at my friend Debbie's party
Mm-hmm.
in the summer. It was
Okay.
her birthday party. She had a gaff, and then I seen Toby. Toby's a photographer. Like he's probably my top 3 in Ireland, definitely.
He's worked with you before for
Yeah,
shoots and stuff, yeah.
yes. He modeled. He was there actually when you modeled for my stuff. Actually, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So then, I remember Toby. Toby had a camera. He had like a 5D or something. Like,
Yeah.
The only reason why I knew it was a 5D is because I was looking at cameras for shoots when I started my business.
Okay.
I was like, oh my days, that's a 5D. Like I almost lost my stuff because I was like, that camera's so sick. It was
Mhm.
either 5D or 6D. Like, and then I went up to him. I was like, bro, that camera's so sick. I literally said that. And then he was just kind of like, oh, thanks. I was like, okay.
I'm trying to be friends with you, man.
Yeah, and then like then we started taking photos,
Yeah.
and then like he went outside, and then Plantain Pappy came as well, and he was talking. He just dropped a song. I think it was Drip Set.
Okay.
I could be wrong. It was either Drip Set or Toasties.
Okay.
He dropped a song, and he was like, oh, he was talking about the visuals and stuff, and he turned around to me, and I was kind of like, what do you do? And then, like, bear in mind, like he didn't know that Oneplusone. Then when I
Yeah.
told him Oneplusone, they just lost their shit. They're like,
Yeah.
they're
So
kind of
it's
like,
you.
yeah, they're kind of like, oh my goodness, wait, what the hell? Because
Yeah.
like, it's so weird because like, people like, well, from what I've heard, like recently, like last week, 2 people have said to me like, oh, like, because I went to Trinity
Mhm.
to sell tickets for my event,
Okay.
and then a guy found out I owned it, and he was like, I was expecting some scrawny white dude to own it. Like, sorry to be mean or anything, but that's
Yeah.
what he said. I was like, nah, man, it's me who owns it. Then he was kind of,
Okay.
he put his hands, I'll never forget, he put his hands on his head. I was like, he dropped his jaw and he was like, what the hell? It's you. He was like, I've heard so much about this brand, but I've never seen the face
Yeah.
to the owner.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's me. Because earlier on I said, like, I like to keep reserved and I don't really go around
Yeah,
telling
exactly,
people.
yeah.
So it was kind of like a shook moment. He was like, then he was like to me, bro, like, why are you not cocky? He was like, if I own the brand like that, I'll be so cocky. I was like, man, then I just said to him, humble yourself or be humbled. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so then I was just like, that's literally it. Like, that's my motto and that's how I go by.
Okay.
Because like, when I started, man, like, it wasn't easy at all.
Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't say like I grew so much in such a short space of time, but like, I grew more than I thought I would grow in a short space of time.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
guess.
kinda
It was
like-
unexpected.
Yeah, so it's kind of like then, yo, like, if I let this get to my head, I could either be known as like the cockiest dude in Dublin,
Mm-hmm.
or I could either be known as the calmest guy. So I was just like,
Yeah.
literally, I'm just gonna be calm. Like,
Okay.
somebody says it to me, I'll be like, yeah. If I rate them, I'll tell them, such and that. So then back to the question. Sorry about Slight Motif. I kind of go off point. So yeah, then
So we
they're
love that here at Urban Hour.
they're like, yo, this is the owner of Oneplusone. Like, I'll never forget Joe. Like, man, he lost his shit, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing here? I was like, man, I know Debbie. So I came down for her birthday, and then he was like, that's crazy. He was like, then like he took out his phone straight away. And he was like, this is you. Like, he pointed at the Oneplusone account. I was like, that's me, man. Like, that's me. He was like, I don't believe it. So then I had to take out my phone and show him off my phone that I run the account. He was like, that is crazy. So then then we started talking. Like, we planned quite a lot at that very moment because
Okay.
like I rated what they were doing because I've heard about Slight Motif because Debbie
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to wear their merch.
Okay.
So, but then I never knew who owned it.
Okay.
But then I realized it's like a collective of 5
It's a
guys.
group of people,
yes, yeah. So shout out to them, man. They're bros, like that's family. And then so this was around July. So then like me, Bounce, and Toby, we met up then again in August. We were talking for a bit. We were like, "Oh, let's do some. We just kept saying, "Let's do some," but we didn't know what to do.
Okay.
Like it was just one of them things. We're like, "Yeah, let's do some." I'll be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." I'll be like, "What are we gonna do though?"
And then it came around very recently. So it's their 7th issue, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say the first thing that I did with them. The first thing I did with them was actually like a collaborative magazine with Hendrik Lane. I don't know if you've heard of Hendrik Lane.
Okay.
It's Greg and I've forgotten the other guy's name. That's so bad. Yeah, so it was a collaborative thing, and then so then that's what we did in August. But now what we're doing now is issue 7.
Right.
That's dropping very, very soon. So watch out for that. That's looking dope as hell. We got
I've seen the poster.
We got
sick.
we got the Drill Boys in on it. And
who was it that was there?
Reggie, Cubes, like all the Hollywood boys like Moby,
Okay.
Mo Jr.
Okay.
Like all of them were there. But like the main focus was on Reggie and Cubes. Like obviously I can't say too much yet, but you guys have to check Slight Motif on Instagram for that.
Okay.
So yeah, they got the Drill Boys there, and like the whole vibe of the thing was called Detention because obviously like people see drill as related with like crime and all that.
Getting
so
in
like
trouble,
yeah,
basically.
detention is getting in trouble.
Okay.
What Neil said. So
Yeah.
like that's the concept behind the thing. And then I was like, we got them styled in my merchandise.
Okay.
And Cola Waves like brought the accessories and headpieces too.
Okay.
So it was like a tree collective collaborative thing.
Okay.
With a room just full of crazy ass people that are just doing their own thing. Like Fiona, the photographer, everybody, Toby, everybody was there. And
so it was a good day out as well.
Yeah, it was. It was a crazy day out.
Okay.
Yeah, followed by a party for Joe's birthday afterwards. So
really?
it was a long day. It was a very long day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a couple of quick fire questions. Not too many, like 2, and then I'm gonna ask you a would you rather.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's you.
First things first. Are you ready?
Go.
Your favourite Afro artist?
Burna Boy.
Is there a reason behind that? Did you had to think about that kinda?
Yeah, I was gonna say Wizkid, but I prefer Burna Boy, man. Just right now. The way how Burna Boy does everything, the way he speaks Yoruba and everything's just cool. Like I'm an Igbo person.
Yeah.
But like I still love my Yoruba people, but like
Okay.
it's just kinda like a battle between Igbo and Yoruba.
Right.
Like if you're Igbo, you're looked down upon. If you're Yoruba, like you're superior to everyone else. But I like Burna Boy.
Okay.
I really do.
I'm not gonna ask you actually too many questions in this because I think I have another big chunk I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So the other one was, and this is a would you rather kind of thing. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
And this is kind of link us into your second part. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
If you had to give up one thing between the clothing and the DJing, what would it be?
Definitely DJing.
Oh, really?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Yeah.
Okay.
As of now, the clothing's brought me so much further than what the DJ has.
Okay.
So definitely DJ.
But you've made moves with the DJing as well. Like you had...
Allow it.
Talk about the recent gigs that you've done.
So basically what happened with DJing, it just kind of happened. Like it was, remember like I was saying, if you want to do something, just do it. So with DJing, it was just like I had that same mindset. So in 2018, after Longitude, I was just like, yo, like all my friends are performing. Like, what am I doing? €180 for a ticket, you know? That's looking a bit peak.
May as well perform. Yeah.
But like I've always created playlists and everything, and people are like, oh, you have good music taste.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, but like that's nothing. Like people say I have good music taste. What now? So then I just kind of like bought decks. I remember I bought like the Newmark decks off Amazon.
Okay.
Those were like €60. I just kind of used them to do house party gigs for college students and stuff. Like this was. So the first time I ever had my first ever like wicka on the DJ decks at an audience was in September 2018. Yeah, September 2018 at a house party. I'm not gonna say too much about that house party because it was a mess. Yeah, it was. So yeah, that was the first ever time. Then like she was the reason why I was DJing is because she hit me up. She was like, "Oh, you have a good playlist. We don't want to be like an aux thing, where like because that gets messy." Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I have decks at home, so I'll just come down
with and everything." Yeah.
So then I got a taxi down to the house, and then I was there. I was there for like 2 or 3 hours, like just with a load of drunk people. I was so sober, but like it was cool because people were dancing and jumping music. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." But like little did I know what I was doing. Like I was just kind of like transitioning songs.
So
using
it's
like
it's a lot like basically everybody so far on this show. So it was even Jesse, like he said, he makes stuff he likes. Sash was chilling. Trey, they're all just chilling, and it
Yeah.
just happened.
yeah, literally.
But you'd started somewhere.
Yeah,
Exactly.
literally. So
Okay.
like after that, let me just get this quickly. So then in September, then I had 2 more house party like DJ sets or whatever you want to call them. Like I'm not
Okay.
calling them gigs because they weren't gigs
Okay.
because like it was a house party. So then like October there wasn't really much happening, but like the time where like the tables had turned
Yeah.
was when I was like, yo, like people are coming asking me, do they want me to play at this?
Okay.
So I was like, okay. The Newmarks were good. Like, I'm not going to go into too much information about decks, but the Newmarks were calm, but they're all like €60. Then I was like, if I'm going to take this serious as like a full-time thing,
I need better decks.
possibly, yeah. So obviously I had to invest some more money into decks. So
Did you sell on the Newmarks?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I got like €40 from them, which is not. But then I bought SB3s,
Okay.
DDJs. Those are like Pioneer decks. Those are like really good decks.
Mm-hmm.
So I got them off Gear for Music for like €400. Yeah, it was heavy. But like, man, it was like I believed in my craft.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
I started speaking things into existence. So the first major gig then was the CIT fashion show for Cork Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
One of my friends that I knew, through a friend, reached out to me being like, would you like to DJ at this?
Yeah.
And when I got my name out was, what happened? So basically they had Reggie, Cubes, Julius, TED, performing, and Fabi D as MC,
Okay.
and I was playing music, so my name was on the banner. Like, but that was my first ever gig,
Okay.
so I was kind of nervous. I was like, "Yo, like, I don't know how this is gonna go."
And they're big names. Like they were big names
yeah,
then.
they
They're
were,
big names
yeah,
now.
especially Julius. Like he dropped back, yo, mash on, but we do for us. That's fast, yo, yeah. He dropped that, so then they were like, but like you see things that they were meant to send me tracks the night before so I could load them on my decks. And like they're sending me tracks, a sound check. I was like, oh my goodness, like I barely know how to do this. Like I was sweating. I was like, oh my goodness. But then like I came through, and like people in Cork, man, they love Afrobeats. So
Yeah.
I just made sure everything was Afrobeats. And if I was transitioning, like I made sure the next sound sounded the exact same as the one previous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like one of my friends called Jennifer, she came up to me and she hugged me. She was like, oh my goodness, he did such a good job. I was like, yo, what the hell? So I was like, that's calm. Then
Yeah.
obviously I was like, I didn't let it get to my head. So
Mhm.
I was kind of like, oh, I have to keep doing what I do. And then they had an after party. So they put me down for DJing at the after party with the
Okay.
same artist that are performing.
Yeah.
So like obviously the artist recognized me and then I recognized the artist. And that's how I got in contact with like some of the boys from Hollywood as well, because I got some of their Instagram as well. So they knew me as a DJ too.
Okay.
And then kind of fast forward on later, then I had another gig in December. I went
Right.
over to UK.
Okay.
But this wasn't anything big. It was like my cousin had a house in the UK and
Yeah.
she had a party. Then she used me as DJ for a bit. Like there was bare people there. Like I'd say there was 250 or so.
Yeah.
And like I was just like, but like in between November and December, like man, I was practicing so much. I was like,
I
in my
need to
house
get
every
this
day.
right. Yeah.
Like I was learning how to use sound effects. I was learning how to transition and everything. So then in December I had a gig in the UK with like 200 or so people. And
Yeah.
then, like they were like to me, yo, this is so good. What the hell?
Yeah.
Then they followed me on Instagram. Then fast forward again, had another gig in January in Athlone with the same people that are performing in November, like all the Driller Boys,
Yeah.
because most of them live in Athlone.
Okay.
So I was DJing. Shout out to my guy Kessie for that. I was DJing alongside the Costa. You probably have heard of DJ the Costa.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's where then people were like, oh, so OJ's actually taking this serious.
Oh, he's not
Yeah,
joking.
because
Yeah.
the Costa's a really, really good DJ. So shout out to the Costa as well. He taught me a lot that night too, in such a short space of time. Like
Mhm.
he taught me a lot, like how to
As
scratch.
you were.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So like when we are doing sound check, I was just kind of looking at him. I was looking at his hands, but the way how he was doing everything was so quick.
Okay.
So then I was just like, okay, I can't do what the Costa's doing, but I can learn and
Work
I could,
towards- yeah.
So then obviously then I started doing that. Then he told me as well, for him to tell me that I did well before his set.
Yeah.
Fam, I was so gassed. I was so gassed. I
Yeah.
won't even lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a set on that for 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
And then more people started following me on Instagram, started figuring out that I owned Oneplusone, and I just started doing DJing.
Okay.
Yeah, so then everything kind of like cemented for what it is now. So then more people started finding out I was DJing, then hit me up being like, yo, could you do this?
Yeah.
Then officially I became a DJ for Trey and my guy Skylar as well.
So you did that what on You DJ for Trey there like last week, didn't you, on the Monday?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. That was dope. Thank you, Trey, for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Just real quick, if you had an artist that you could think of that you want to work with for DJing, do you produce actually?
I don't produce at all.
Okay.
No.
So one artist you'd like to work with then
In Ireland or
in DJing? Up to you, like in general.
Playboy Curry?
Maybe an artist in Ireland as well.
Playboy in general, Playboy Curry or Santan Dave.
Okay.
In America, Playboy Curry. In UK, Santan Dave.
And in Ireland?
In Ireland, probably Jafar's.
Yeah.
I won't lie, yeah. Jafar's or Trey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trey's been there.
Yeah.
Man, this has been a good episode. This has been a really good episode.
I appreciate it, man.
We've
Thanks for putting me on.
OJ can talk. Do you want to just quickly drop the socials for all your pages, actually?
Yeah, of course. So I have quite a lot of pages, so listen up, everybody. Make sure if you're listening on headphones, you can hear this loud and clear. So my personal one is OJ's Gram. My name is OJ, so don't call me OJ's.
Okay.
Because like my Instagram is OJS Gram. So that's my personal one. Then I have my business account, which is Oneplusone Clothing. Then I have the business account linked to my business account for entertainment and media purposes, which is Oneplusone Media. So make sure you follow all of that and you come through to my segment 2 launch party, April the 10th, Wednesday. I'm having one the day after in Cork on April the 11th, but make sure you come to the Dublin one anyways. Like it's gonna be late. The early bird tickets sold out, 160 tickets, you know. So second release tickets will be out right now. So make sure you get them. €5. Let's go.
Okay. And lastly, very, very, very last thing. One person you'd like to have on Urban Hour. One person you'd like to, whose story you'd like to hear, who hasn't been on already.
I'd like to hear my guy Skylar. The reason why is because this guy, he moved from New York City to Dublin. I want to hear why.
You want to hear why?
Yeah, and he does music. I want to know why.
So, Sky Montaigne,
Yeah.
we'll have you on Urban Hour at some point. This has been Season 1, Episode 5. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.